So here we have the Intel Wall Street Canyon NUC. So I say NUC, some people say NUC, but I like to say NUC, NUC anyway. So yeah, it's what you've got here is a mini computer, a mini desktop, if you like. But it's pretty maxi performance-wise. So it's got the very latest 12th gen Intel Core processor in there, an i7. In fact, in here, there's an Intel Core i7 inside. The sticker says so. But the thing that really impresses me, apart from its small size, which means that you can stash it away anywhere, it's actually kind of portable, to be honest. Yeah, it can even screw on the back of a monitor, or perhaps underneath your desk if you like. But the other thing that really impresses me about it is the number of ways to plug things in and out of it. So we've got these two USB-A 3.2 ports at the front here. So if you want external storage or things that run off USB power, you can do that. Same at the back here. There's one of those, and then there's just a normal USB port. There's also a couple of Thunderbolt USB-C ports there. And yes, you are seeing that correct. There's two full-sized HDMI ports, so you can actually run a dual monitor setup. The Iris graphics will run an 8K monitor if you want. So you can do a lot. You can do a lot with this little puppy. Don't worry about that. Ethernet port there, but it does have great Wi-Fi as well. Wi-Fi 6E, so that's the very latest standard, and I've certainly found the connectivity and download speeds to be very good. But yeah, let's plug a whole lot of stuff into this, and I can prove it to you. I can prove just how useful it is. Right, so here it is, the Wall Street Canyon Intel NUC or NUC, and I've sort of set up a makeshift work from home office here at my dining room table, and as you can see, it doesn't take up much space at all. In fact, there's a bracket included in the box that means that I could actually screw that onto the back of the monitor, essentially creating an all-in-one PC. Yeah, that's pretty cool. That's just a standard size for that Visa mounting that you come across all the time. So there's a heap of things. I've got a heap of things plugged in here. I've got these Bluetooth gaming headphones here. It of course doesn't have its own speakers, but I've got this cool Jabra conferencing speaker, which you might have seen my review about last week. So that works pretty well. I mean, we can wind up the sound of my game, and as you can see, the Among Us game's playing absolutely fine there. But I mean, you can multitask heaps of things. So, if I want to...
Country closed down. Is that comedy or tragic?
I've been quite happy to... That's me. Receive it in a podcast there. So, I mean, it's easily to multitask from one thing to another. Here's a shot of the back of the device and all of that. So, yeah, as you can see, it works exactly the same way probably as your normal desktop does. If you're not used to this form factor, it's a really good option, especially for work from home. It's got plenty of power, and you can see all the multitasking, handles all the multitasking stuff really well. The Wi-Fi works fast. I mean, when you're sitting at the dining room table, you usually don't have an Ethernet port to connect to, even though you can connect it, via the Ethernet, obviously. But yeah, I haven't felt the need to. The Wi-Fi is nice and fast and strong, and everything, yeah, really works as it should. There's a little bit of fan noise when it's working hard. That's not what you can hear there. That's just the sound effects on the game. So let's turn that off. But yeah, all in all, I'm very impressed with this little device. If I was starting up my own little work from home office from scratch, it might be a pretty good option.